Universal Champion Roman Reigns defends against Kevin Owens in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. I felt like Kevin Owens has done a good job filling in here as, the not the butt of the joke, but just the target, right, for Roman Reigns' angst here.
So all these matches so far, I couldn't give two shits about. I'm being serious. I don't give two flying fucks about anything that happens there. Not that I'm saying I'm not going to watch it. There's no emotional investment in it. But this match does have my interest. I loved what Roman Reigns did last Friday. Again, we record this on a Thursday for any listeners. We don't know what happens on this week's episode of SmackDown.
Yeah, by the time you hear this,
SmackDown probably will already happen. But going back to the previous week's SmackDown, when Roman Reigns beat the shit out of Kevin Owens backstage and then looked into the camera and said, "Hey kids, hey wife, tell this man to fucking cut it out or else he won't be able to provide for you." And I was like, oh shit. Right? Oh, well, yeah. Shit.
Well, because I like how he was like, oh, you're going to like, and he even said like, I guess I'm going to have to, like Roman Reigns is this character, this subtleties, this like, almost like where he's just like, why are you making me do this?
Yeah. Just like, everyone fall in line. Yeah.
I didn't want to do this.
Yeah. He's just like, everyone would be totally fine if they just bow to me, the king, the head of the table.
Jey Uso for the Usos, we've talked about the Usos' improvement from when we first saw them years ago to now. His acting of like scared to approach Roman Reigns, and then like when Roman's like, all right, you know where he's at, go get him, right? And he's kind of like, okay, fucking shit, like he's just intimidated. It's all coming together very well, very well. I was telling a guy at work who was a wrestling fan but hadn't watched recently. I was telling him about Roman Reigns and this storyline in particular, and just it was getting me giddy for it. Yeah, this match, because of this storyline specifically, and Kevin Owens, like I said, has been done well in this role. This should be good, and the match will be brutal because of it, right?
Yeah, I hope, honestly, as much as I say I don't want just rematches for rematch sake, I want this story to continue, because as great as Roman Reigns is doing and as great as Jey Uso's doing with the I'm doing this so I don't get my ass kicked kind of thing, I think we could turn it up just a little bit more from Kevin Owens. Say he loses this match and let's just say he has a kayfabe injury where his knee's hurt and he has to be out for 3 weeks, right? And then he realizes like Roman Reigns legitimately tried to end my career. That shit ain't happening. And then he comes back with the vengeance of the working man kind of thing. And then we get this again at the Royal Rumble. I think we can turn it up more from Kevin Owens and then really have a payoff at Royal Rumble, where a match that we could maybe remember, it'll be 2021 as a match of the year candidate. But for this pick, I'm going Roman Reigns because Jey Uso, maybe even Jimmy, because again, Jimmy's there too. They get involved and help out Kevin Owens.
That's what will happen is we'll get that match, and then something will happen big time. Roman Reigns will come out looking like an even more vicious, evil stud. That's when The Rock will appear, give him a little, that'll start the road to WrestleMania. We're going to get Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania for the head of the family.
So, yes, if we're writing that down, 1,000,000%. I think the big caveat there is, are we having fans? I know, like, speaking in real life, I know the vaccine, yada, 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 all that stuff. Well, if we can do fans, I think we're having The Rock.
We might get The Rock even without it, because they might call him and be like, hey, we need the eyeballs. We need people to watch.
Yeah, but do you think The Rock's honestly going to wrestle in an empty arena? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, like,
the Thunderdome?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do. He needs that. He needs the I got goosebumps and all that bullshit. He needs that to be reliable.
We're getting The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
I'm not saying we're not. I just think, I think maybe because the rumor is that they're going to do WrestleMania in LA, not this year, but next year, WrestleMania 38 is that? So in 2 years we might get it.
Can't carry this on for a year.
Oh, you can make him go away and have him come back. Revisit the head of the table. There's plenty of other Samoans he can make bend to his will, right? Nia Jax can do it. Then he can get Jimmy to do it. Like, we got some other people that he can make submissive
that
into
family,
his.
They could keep running them out. Yeah.
Oh, and then
All right.
once they get all the Samoans together, then go after Samoa Joe and make him like the outsider fucking bend to the
It's like,
wheel.
I'm not in your family, and they're like, yes, you are.
Exactly. Yeah.